world, hello YouTube, hello everybody. So this video is for Haas USMC. It's a video response to his finding those C Rations, that case of C rats, and going through them. And of all the ones, he had to get tuna and whip that out. Now, let me tell you a little war story about that. When I was stationed in Fort Irwin, right, we had to go out qualify on the range, and it was, a good 6-8 miles up from the barracks. So needless to say, we did not get a ride. And that day, right, was it was dismal and gray, and it was kind of wintry, and man, I was sick. I didn't feel good, and oh man, it wasn't a good day for me at all. And so had to march up, get all our stuff on, get our crew gear on. So we force marched up to the range to qualify. And we was doing alright, and I hadn't shot yet, and I wasn't doing that well, and I didn't shoot that well. And I mean, I don't know, I think it flu or something. I didn't, it wasn't a hangover. I had a lot of those. Anyway, come up to chow time, lunch, right, and they go and they handed C's out to everybody. Now, what you're supposed to do is, with the cool thing with C's, is they would, a lot of times, would take out the entree, the spaghetti and meatballs, the ham this, and blah blah, right? They would put them in the big hot water thingies. They called them bullets. And they would have those hot. But we didn't do that day, right? So, and then what they would do is they would pick it out of the hot, hand you whatever, it didn't matter which C, really. And they just hand you the can and hand you the box, the C box that without the entree. And they, like I said, they didn't do that day. And they were just handing out C's. Here you go, next in line, next in line, next in line. And sure enough, man, I got tuna. I'm like, oh, come on. Perfect, right? And, tuna isn't that great to get. And so I'm like, well, whatever, fine, let me get it, So anyway, I get the tuna, and I'm like, damn, man, shit. So this is what I did, and this is what you're supposed to do kind of with those C's. What I did was I took all the stuff out. I took the cardboard box, took the cardboard inserts, tore them up, took all the toilet paper, rumpled it up, put it all in there. I cracked the can, the tuna can open, I put it in there, kind of in the middle. I set the whole thing on fire, right? And it burned up, and that's kind of, that's the trick to it. And because you had matches and the toilet paper. Anyway, finally it got all done and this and that. And, you're out in the field. I didn't give a shit if I get ashes in it, like soul. I was in infantry. And 6th 31st Infantry, Bravo Company. And I took that tuna out, right? And I opened it the rest of the way, and I got my crackers out, and it came with cheese, and then... And, and I did that, and I got my tuna on, and my cheese, and I bit into that cracker thing, and then, whatever. As long as I get some chow, I'm hungry. And let me tell you what, boy, to this day, that was the best meal I ever ate in my life. And, I mean, I lived not but, about 100 miles out of Las Vegas. I've eaten in some fine places. And the impression and how that meal brought me back from being sick and ugly and funky, and it was the best meal I ever ate. It was the best chow. To this day, I remember it. And that was back in the 80s, man. Right? And the best meal. I'll never forget it. Brought me back from the brink. Healthed me up. And after that, I went and shot. I shot expert. And, man, it just did. It flipped my day like a coin. I could not believe it. And I'll never forget it. Never forget it. And by the way, the P-38s. Now, they're handy for other stuff, too. And what you do is you hang them on your... where's it at? You hang them on your thingy right there. Always, 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 always. That way, you can dip them in hot water and clean it. And you'll have one. Because there's only 4 in a box. And there's times where you're like, So, keep your one on your dog tags. Always. To this day, I'll never be without AP38. Never. I'll go to my grave with one. So anyway, don't dog those C's down. They're pretty good. But one bad thing, the trash, the cans, you have to smash them. You can't burn it. You can't do this. And they're cans. And you could trail a unit all the way right up to their back door looking at the old nasty trash, the cans, because you couldn't do nothing with them. Now, that was the biggest drawback that I saw with sea rats, was the cans. You just could not dispose of them. And they were bulky, big, uncumbersome. You couldn't put them in your cargo pockets, things like that. You could put them in your pack, but your cargo pockets were the deal. And the accessory packs, had some. We didn't get Tabasco sauce in them like you saw. But hey, look, you got those cases of C's. Feel free to freight them right on over to the homestead I got going. I will be beholden to you. How's that? Anyway, that's my war story. All right. Live by your wits, not by your worries. Peace. Bye.